back in business. Comm check. Testing and a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Okay, that sounds good to me. Okay, we're back in Salt Lake City, good old Salt Lake City, and we will do a flow, do some briefings, and we'll rock and roll. How's that sound? Nope. Alrighty, guys. Well, I am gonna be flying from the right seat today. We've got a good airplane, no MELs. Current weather here, still ATIS India, clear skies, calm winds. Actually, it's 260, it's 4. 3002, we got that set up. Good enough to get back in on the visual if we need to. We've got the ILS set up. 111.9 for 16 right to come back in if we have to. Predicted taxi route today. We're going to push tail east off of Bravo 36, taxi on the north. North line 2 west, all the way onto Alpha, right turn to Alpha. We got a hot spot here, hot spot 3. And let's talk about that. Hotspot 3 is aircraft exiting ramps 1 and 2 on Alpha 4 and 5 must ensure attack turn onto Alpha and Bravo, not enter the runway. Okay, copy that. So we'll keep in mind, or in all hotspots, we'll keep all eyes outside, make a right turn on Alpha, and not accidentally go into Alpha 5 on the runway. No other hotspots to speak of. Alpha full length 16 right, dry runway flaps 5. 12,000 feet of runway available for takeoff. If we get any abnormalities prior to 80, I'll just reject for any bells or horns. After that, prior to V1, I'll reject for engine failure, engine fire, fire warning, predictive wind shear if the airplane's just not going to fly V1 and above. At that point, we're flying. I'll fly the airplane. We'll take it airborne, treat it as an in-flight emergency. I'll handle the aircraft as well as ATC. Yeah, the checklist since it's single engine, or single pilot, sorry. We do have a engine out procedure today. Complex departure for south flow. Minimum cleanup altitude 5,300 if we have an engine failure at V1. After V1 or at or below minimum cleanup altitude of 5,300, we're going to climb runway heading. And we have that set up 168. Okay, runway heading 168 to 17 DME Wasatch VOR. So I created a ring just to give us an idea of how far out that is. At that point, we're going to, it's down south. So at that point, we're going to make a left turn, gotcha there, a left turn at 17 DME to a heading of 320. It's more than a 180-degree turn. But it's important that we make a left turn and not a right turn, because there is terrain to the west and to the east of us, but there's just more radius for us to turn if we make a left turn versus a right turn. Got terrain surrounded by us. Highest obstacles 11,400, so that's pretty high up there. If we have an engine failure above 5,300 but below 12,000, all we're going to do is make a right turn direct to Ogden. and we're going to hold at Ogden left turns, and then request radar vectors over sumo navigation. If we're above 1200, we'll just request radar vectors over sumo navigation on our published route. That's all I got for the engine out procedure. Departure today, we're doing the rugged off of 16 right, climbing right turn to a heading of 310, and then radar vectors to rugby, or rugged, sorry. It's top altitude 230, it's the PERTY transition, highest obstacle 13,489. So there's all, we're going to be going right over the train, so make sure we're at or above these altitudes, okay? And preferably at or above 16 by the time we get to Hertz. Hopefully higher, but 16 is fine. That's the MEA for that segment. So minimum safe altitude is 14,000 feet. I already verified all the fixes in here because we're doing the rugged 3 PERTY KAMPR longs arrival into Denver. So 164, oh actually it is 164, not 168. Okay, we got that in there. Vectors, Bubby, at or above 11, rugged, at or above 12, Hertz, PERTY. And then KAMPR, we'll just run through the arrival real quick here. Let's see, back going to Denver, longs for arrival. The KAMPR transition. So KAMPR, grays, bike, and all these fixes. I already, prior to the stream, I already verified all these are correct, but we'll just do it real quick. One guy will go through the chart, one guy will be verifying all of the fixes in here. I'm going to verify it in here. KAMPR, grays, bike, 280 at above 25. Bivy between 23 and 27. Vestal between 21 and 25. Longs at 270 knots between 19 and 22. Full null at 250 knots between 16 and 19. Dork at between 15 and 17. Helmet Archie at above 13,000. Baba 250 knots between 12 and 14. Hyman 210 knots at 11. Then a 173 vector on the chart for the ILS 35 left. And that's all I got. Can verify everything. That's all on there. On here in the plan mode. Let's extend the range here so you guys can see what it looks like. All the way across the Wasatch Mountain front over into the Rockies. Look at that. That sets us up right for the downwind for 35 left. So that's good. I'm cool with that. Back to map mode. Got the APU on, so we'll connect this. Connect the bus. Get some airflow for the passengers in the back. And we'll disconnect everything. Disconnect, 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 disconnect. All this stuff, no pins, chocks. Do the brake set right, I do, perfect. Covers, doors, okay, that's all good. Doors here. Forward, cargo, halves. Can I open this? Yeah, I did. Cool. What else was I doing? Doors. Okay. Make our PA. One hour and 1 minute. Alright folks, welcome aboard Southwest Airlines Flight 2410 to Denver, about 1 hour and 1 minute takeoff, touchdown. A little bit of bumps expected on our flight over to Denver, so anticipate that seatbelt sign to remain on for the entire flight. Do apologize for the inconvenience. Current weather in Denver. Clear skies, temperature 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Still waiting on some final paperwork. Should be on our way soon. Appreciate your patience. Welcome aboard. Let's say we got the numbers. Report 1. And we'll close everything. All the doors close, or close all doors. Arm all doors. Okay. Come down here, get our performance numbers. Execute. Got that in there. 5.934, that's that. Yeah, that looks good. Max altitude, we'll fix that as we climb out. 268, 794, and 39. We'll just go up to 39 probably. Alright, get the cockpit door closed. Flight attendant closes the door. B4 start checklist. FMC programmed. Briefings complete. Oxygen mask and quantity is checked. ECs are on. Navigation switches, normal. Display switches, auto and normal. Fuel, we've got clear 11.7 cleared with 11.4. Center pumps off. Passenger signs on. Window heat on. Hydraulic pump stays off. B's on. Pressurization set. Auto. Flight instruments 3002. Set auto brake, RTO, takeoff warning horn, checked, park brake set. Transponder TA, RA. Aileron and rudder trim is centered, OFP fit for duty, accepted sign. And 4-star checklist is complete. Let's get our numbers, real weather, no. Okay, that's all there. Let's get our pushback. I think it's a straight back push probably, just like Denver. So we'll do this. Alright, request pushback. Okay, before push checklist, 0 fuel weight 109.5, set gross weight 121.2, cross check PWB, remarks reviewed, N1s 4622, reduce set runway 16 right, set flaps PWB 5, CD5, V speeds 127, 128, 134 set, stab trim is 5.9 set, min cleanup altitude 5,300, flight deck door lights out. Cockpit 2, ran aircraft number 8974, A's off, B's on, door lights out. Park brake set, how you doing? Alright, let's see what's going on out here. Okay, looks like they're connected. Brakes released. Clear to push. Let us know when we can start the deuce. Sorry. The brakes are not releasing. Let's see what's going on here. Oh wait, if I go into system here. Okay, brakes, hold off on the brakes. I gotta check the rudder, stand by. If I were to change it, if I were to go in here. Wait, is there a pin in this that's in? Let's see. Stand by. I play, no. Towing pin, where all the pins are moved. Chocks. Should be good. But if I turn all the hydraulic pumps on, let's see if the... Hold on, stand by one. Okay, I think we're fixed. Alright. Brakes release, clear to push. Not sure why it takes this long, but let's just simulate that they have issues with their tug, which very well happens in reality. Okay, here we go, it's starting to. Salt Lake traffic southwest. Southwest 2410 pushing back Bravo 36 Salt Lake. Oil pressure. Light off. Perfect set. Roll back, starting one. Start one, please. Three guys pin in the bag. Min takeoff is 11.1. We have 11.8. Perfect. Oil pressure. Light off. Roll back, starting the timer. Standing by flaps. Flaps 5. Control check. For taxi checklist, electrical, generators on. Propete on, anti-ice off, flight controls free, flight deck windows closed and locked, flaps. CDU 5 indicates 5, green light. For taxi checklist complete. Brakes are released, get the hell out of here. Salt Lake traffic, southwest 2410, taxiing 16 right, Salt Lake. First taxiway on the right will be Charlie, then Bravo, then Alpha. Hotspot 2, all eyes outside. 2 west, here's Charlie. Clear left, clear right. Here's Bravo. Next one's Alpha, right turn Alpha. Clear left, clear right. Alright, clear left, clear right, going right. Alpha. This will take us all the way down. Alright, let the folks in the back know we're ready. Throttle burst. Okay, we're good. 4 takeoff checklist, please. Warm-up time is completed. In takeoff fuel verified. Departure plan not required. Attendant notification is completed. Electrical generators on. NES off. Packs auto. Bleeds. Engines on. APU off. Start switches left. Continuous. APU off. Flaps. CDU 5 indicates 5. Green light. Start levers. Idle. Recall. Checked. Before takeoff checklist complete. Auto throttle and VNAV. Terrain radar. ATC check, nobody's online. Salt Lake traffic Southwest 2410 departing runway 16 right via the rugged departure, right turn out, Salt Lake. Okay, here's full length, finals clear.
Approaching 16 right.
One 6 right is verified.
On runway 16 right.
Set takeoff thrust 79.1, please. .1 set. 80 knots. Rotate. Landing gear up, please. Positive rate, landing gear up. Heading select VNAV speed. Set speed, climb thrust, flaps 1. Flaps up. Oh yeah. Command B. Command B's on. Let's see it. Alright, turn heading 340. Speed intervention. Delete the D rate. It has been deleted, sir. Direct to bubbly. Bubbly. How's that look? Activate. Execute. LNAV. There it is. Yeah, this is the iFly 737 MAX 8. You got it, you got it. $10,000 feet. Climb checklist, please. Pressurization checked. Start switches off. APU off. Climb checklist complete. Alright, setting 390. 390 is set. Got LNAV VNAV speed still. We're above 12K. Let's go ahead and delete that fix in there. We don't need that for the engine out procedure. We're climbing out like a bat out of hell. Direct Hertz, please. Hertz. Activate. Execute. I don't fly it down there enough in Australia. I've done it before, probably Sydney. I've been to Sydney once in real life. But I was only there for maybe 2-3 days at most. Atlas flies there a lot. Alright. Because I jump seat a lot on Atlas, and I've been looking at their destinations. And Sydney is one of them. Auckland is another one in New Zealand. I think they also fly to Melbourne. I think. Alright, 180 standard. Set. Alright, I'm happy with this. We're above all the terrain at this point, so I like that. It said we couldn't get all the way up to 41, so we were going to do 390. 390. Activate, execute, looks good, perfect. 390. 390. What's the econ speed coming in? 8.4? Alright, I'll take that. It's fine. We might be able to have some fun and do a flaps 15 landing. Could do that. We'll see, we'll see. I think we will do that actually. But I think you have to inhibit the one of the jip whizzes. The terrain. Otherwise it'll be screaming at you the whole time. Alright, our brake is off. I think they're about to change landing south, so we'll probably plan on that. If we could take runway 16 right for or 16 left for landing, that would be nice. Or 17 right, actually. That's what we're taking. Alright, let's change this up. Longs 4. Okay. But we're changing it to runway 17 right. Kaylee. Let's see. Longs. Will be on Swain. Kaylee. Activate, execute, looks good. So it's still the same all the way till full now. So Denver, now we put the get rid of that. We're gonna put the ILS 17 right in there. Okay. Bike 280-25, Bivy 23-27. Vestal 25-21. Longs 270-19-22. Full Nell 250-19-16. Beyond at 210-13,000. Swain at or above 12. Kaylee at 210-11,000. And oval from there. Oval 11 and Hope at 11. JPEX 96. Joe Mag 9,000. 38 for 39. Josie at 8,000. At or above 8,000. Jolie at 7. Mr. Approach climb. Heading 173, 11,000 to the ACX 4.2 DME south before turning direct Fox Quebec Fox VOR, which is the Falcon VOR. Ho hum from there 197. 11,000, and the hold is a direct entry 197 left turns. There it is. Alright, what do we get on here? Descend and maintain flight level 370. Alright, 370. Altitude intervention. That's our new cruise. Arrival gate today is going to be Charlie 49. that is on the 38 for 37. That's on the north side. Northeast side. And we do have a new ATIS. Kilo 140 at 10. 10 statute miles, view at 20,000. Temperature 140.09. 3013. 17 right in use. 25 left 7 closed. 268 closed. 16 left Pappy out of service. 35 right DME out of service. Golf closed between Alpha November and Charlie Sierra. 4 west closed. 5 west closed as well. Alright, so we got that all squared away. The arrivals brief. Let's brief the approach. Let's talk about this early, so I don't want to do it later. Alright, so we got Denver, Colorado, ILS, runway 17 right, page 11-6, effective March 19th. Localizer identifier is IACX, frequency 108.5. Final approach course 173. Caraccioli at 7,000 with ILS DA 5592, touchdown elevation 5392. Minimum safe altitude 8100, highest obstacles northeast of the airport. No factor, no significant remarks. KLA 11, 210, Oval 11, Hope 11. JPEG out above 96, 9,000. Jomag out above 9, Jossie out above 8, Jolie out above 7, 3 degree path down to a DA of, is it 5592? Yeah. And 1800 RVR. Pappy's going to be on the left side. Also, approach lighting system. In the event of a go-around, we'll fly the published mister as directed by the tower published mist. Straight out heading 173 to 11,000 to 4.2 DME, south of the IACX, then direct to Falcon VOR, then from there to Ho-Hum. 187 inbound course, left turns, standard 1 minute legs, or non-standard hold, but 1 minute legs. Sorry, here's the highest obstacle, it's northwest of the airport, not northeast. I see it, 6260. Landing distance available for 17 right. Uh, 11,035 feet. Landing distance available. Dry runway, left turn off, or right turn off the runway. Taxiing to gate Charlie 49. Which is on the north side. Predicted taxi route. Northbound on Mike, all the way to Charlie November, left turn Charlie November. And here's where the gates are. Charlie November, Spot 7 Echo, Charlie 49 on the left side on the north side of Seacon. That's all I got. Questions, comments, concerns? Also, one thing about the lost comms coming in on the arrival is this. In the event of lost communications prior to the runway transition assignment, when Denver is landing south, proceed on the ILS-16 left. Okay, cool. Copy that. So that's all we need to know for landing south, landing north, ILS-34 right. Does that sound like a plan? That sounds like a plan to me. We're still 80 miles from top of descent. Talk to the back. Touchdown at 41, so that's 2:41 a.m. Yeah. Alright folks, this pilots are currently cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. Gonna keep that seatbelt sign off, unfortunately, due to the light turbulence we're getting, plus our top of descent is approaching quickly, so we'll be on our way descending down into Denver in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. Get back to you guys with an update once we start our top of descent. Appreciate you flying us here at Southwest. Enjoy the flight. Yeah. Forgot to switch over to 22.8. Over to 22.8. Denver, Colorado. 24.3 is CTAF tower. So we're going to plug that in. There it is. Alright, descent checklist minimum set, VREF at V target. We'll do flaps, well we're landing on 17, so we're gonna go flaps 30. VREF V target is 130, 135 set. Auto brake is off, recall. Checked. No, I'll do auto brake 2 actually. Auto brake 2, recall check. Descent checklist complete. We're going to go and set the bottom of the arrival. Hey, what's up, Bailey? Take it slow. I mean, watch a lot of videos. If you're a beginner, watch a lot of videos on YouTube, because there's a lot out there. Other than mine, of course. But it took a long time for me to learn the 7.3. It's very complex of an airplane, but if you can fly the 7.3, you could fly the 7.4 because the systems are very similar, or at least like the avionics are very similar. The FMC is very similar. Yeah, I mean, I would probably start with the 7.3. The systems are complex at first. It's a lot to get used to, but if you can get the 7.3 down, you'll be able to get the rest of it down. There's just a lot of switches you gotta move up and down, specifically on the engine start. There's a few things you gotta do up here, which is a little tricky for a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, just watch a lot of videos. That's how I did it when I started. I don't fly the 7.3 or the 7.4 in real life, but I'm fortunate enough to be an airline pilot and to have the jump seat privileges to sit in the cockpit on takeoffs and landings on the 747 and the 737. I've done it many times, so it's really cool to learn how to fly these airplanes on the simulator, and then to be sitting in the actual flight deck and seeing how everything actually goes in reality and how similar it actually is. It's very similar. So all this stuff is basically the same as in real life. The only big differences I see is the CPDLC stuff. Like the other day I was jump seating on Southwest from, where was it, Oakland to San Diego, and you know, a lot of the times they're not really talking on VHF radio to air traffic control. They're actually getting the frequency changes on the FMC through the CPDLC. Like it'll literally say, like there'll be a ding, it'll say ATC, and then they'll click on it, and then it'll say like, oh, contact LA Center on 119 or 0.905. Like they won't say it, it'll just be typed in there. And then it's like, okay, cool, switch it over to 1995, and then you'll contact them on the actual radio. But other than those things, I mean, everything else is pretty much right on the money. Especially with the Maxes, they tend to motor for a very long time when you're doing the startup. Sometimes they take a long time, sometimes they don't take a long time at all. But they motor a lot longer than the NGs. The NGs, they start up so fast, but the Maxes, they take forever. So, alright. We're on our way down. Bottom is set 11,000 VNAV path. Seatbelt sign is on. We'll do a quick PA. PA, grab it up. Boom. Touchdown time is expected to be 40. So that's about 20 minutes. 25 minutes. Alright folks, those pilots are currently about 21 minutes from touchdown in the Denver area. It's going to be a little bit of bumps coming over the Rockies, so keep those seatbelts securely fastened. Current weather in Denver is few clouds, temperature of 57 degrees. Appreciate you flying with us here at Southwest, and come back and see us again soon. We never got anything from Auto ATC. Nothing. What was it, Salt Lake? Yeah. It's because we just switched over to Denver, I think. We're just going to fly the published speeds coming in. Let's see, can we open this? Probably. Is there a way to ding the flight deck? Let's see how the flight attendants do it. Pilot 2? No. I guess not. Southwest having a first class cabin? Hell yeah. Oh, we forgot to set that to 37. Okay, whatever. Oopsie daisies. We didn't get an off-schedule descent, so... Oh, I'm going to create a ring. I forgot to do that too. Let's see. So, what are we doing? What's 7 right? Going to the fixed page. -5 -10. That'll create a ring around it. There's our green ring on there for situational awareness. Denver traffic Southwest 2410, 80 miles northwest, descending via the longs for 17 right, descending out of 25,000, Denver. Switching over to CTAF. Denver CTAF Southwest 2410, 80 miles northwest, sending via the longs out of 25,000 for 17 right Denver. I'm just gonna ding them early. That way they can get everybody ready before the bumps all... Well, we're already going through some of the bumps, but... then they would hit the cabin. Yeah. I do like jump seating on the 777 as well. That's a quiet airplane. Very quiet. You don't really have to have your headset on. You can actually have a normal conversation at normal volume with the captain and the FO, which is really nice. That's why they love their Telex headsets over at FedEx. I love them. And then 7.4 is basically the opposite. That thing is loud. 7.3 is really loud. Usually you'll have one ear open until after engine start, and then once the pushback driver's done, you go full intercom, and you stay that way for the whole flight. Is there a way to get the weather on here? Let's see. Oh. Try this. Denver. So 0753, is that the most recent one? Yes, it is. If I say request weather. Yeah, what about Colorado Springs? There it is. Nice. What's the speeds on the road? Driver grid is required. I'm not going to use the boards yet. Nah. Nah. That was like the other day jump seating to San Diego. They kept us super high and they wanted us slow. But alright, 18,000 feet. Pro checklist. Altimeters 3013 set. Packs. Auto. Start switches. Continuous. Pro checklist complete. Yeah, they kept us really high and slow. They wanted us at Mach 0.76. And then they had us slow to 210 out of 28,000, or 250, sorry, they slowed us to 250. So the boards were out the whole way down, basically. If anybody knows the comics arrival into San Diego, oof. They love to dunk you down. They'll take you out over LA and then they'll dunk you down on that arrival. And you got the boards out the whole time. Which I'm gonna speak of the devil, I'm gonna take the boards out. And we're slowing even more too. What are we slowing to? Oh, 210. Alright. We got it cleared out. I don't think we really need this. I don't think we need this, no. Alright. Because Kaylee is at 11, right? Yeah, we're at 11 all the way till final, almost. So I'm not worried about this speeds. I'm okay with being a little fast. Because we're going to level off anyway, so. And at this time, ATC doesn't care about the speeds, so we won't care either. Okay, Kaylee. So we're at Kaylee is 11, right? Or what is it? I don't remember what it is. 11. Let's get the ILS 17 right. I think we're good with the arrival. So Kaylee, and then final is so Hope. So Hope is going to be at 10K, or at 11K. And we'll just intercept the glide slope at Hope. And then look at that, we won't have to reset our missed approach altitude to 11 because it'll already be at 11. Yeah. It is very late in the States. Right now I'm currently on West Coast, but my body is on Philippines time. Always. But alright, 12 for 11. Let's do an ATC check. Nope, nobody's online. Make sure this is still going. It is. I don't know, what are all these lights out here, huh? Okay, we are leveling off at 11. And let's open the speed window up, okay? There we go. We don't need to go all the way out here, but we're already out here, so. Alright, still gotta cross Hope at 11. I don't know why this starts going down. The VNAV, when we're still gonna be here at 11. Okay, we have the ILS, or the localizer is identified. And we'll say we're cleared for the approach, so approach mode is armed. Bore, loc, and glide slope armed. And we're going to stay at 210 for now. No reason to slow down this far out. Denver Trav, Southwest 2410, coming up on 20 mile final runway 17 right, Denver. Vorlo capture. Slow to the upbug. Glide slope capture. This approach altitude is already set. Perfect. Airport set. 10K. Or we already let them know, so flight attendant's notified. Flaps 5, please. Flaps 5. Slowing to 180. And we'll do 180 to Jolie. Have any updates on this? Nope. Denver traffic southwest 2410, 8 mile final, 17 right, Denver. Josie, Jolie. What do they want? Don't call us below 10 during sterile cockpit. Unless it's an emergency. Alright, gear down. Flaps 15, please. Set speed. Flaps 30, set speed. And before landing checklist. Speed brake. Armed. Green light. Before landing. Down. 3 grand. Flaps. 30. Green light. Before landing checklist complete. Slow to VTAR. Alright, let's shut this autopilot off. Autopilot is off. One 1,000 feet airspeed 137. Sync rate 550.
Approaching 17 right.
Awesome, I see it. Thank you, sir. I have the whole world on my shoulders right now. We'll see how much we crater this landing. LOL. 3 red. Staying with the glide sub, approaching minimums. Minimums, landing. Going visual.
Flight slow.
We're low. I know.
Flight slow. 30. 10.
Extended. Deployed. That was a little harder than I was hoping, but... or a lot harder, rather. $60. Auto brake disarm. Well, welcome back to Denver. Here's the taxiway. Or lack of their taxiway. Alright, flaps up. Start the clock for the cooldown. Is this not a taxiway? What's going on here? It is a taxiway. I see the blue lights. APU is coming on. And Denver Ops 2410 is on the ground. Okay, Charlie 49. He has super weird textures, huh? It looks more normal now, but that was funky. Terrain radar coming off. Alright, AP's on, connect the bus. At the 3 minutes we'll shut down 2. We'll do a southwest taxi all the way to Charlie 49.
Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
That's how fast we're going on our taxi. Is that it thinks we're taking off? That's funny. Alright, where is Charlie November? I think that's it over there. Yep. Next taxi will be Charlie November. 3 minutes is completed. Shut down 2, please. 2 is off. Whoa. I know the real plane won't do that. Here's Charlie November, or what should be Charlie November. Yes, it is. Or no. Echo Delta. That's right. Echo Delta, then Charlie. It continues on to Charlie November. Which we should have it up on here. One of these is Charlie 49. We're gonna say it's this one. How about that? Oh, there it is. Shouldn't we have a marshaller? Safety zone is clear. Park brake set. Can we do a parking checklist, please? Yes, we can. Let's get this light on so we can do it. Park and brake. Set. Start levers. Cut off anti-collision light off. Fuel pumps. One left on, or forward. One forward on. Forward one on. Window heat off. Probe heat auto. NES off. Hydraulic pumps electrics off. Start switches off. Oil quantity 97. Hydraulic quantity 98. Radar test. Transponder standby at zeros. Parking checklist complete. Dock the jet bridge. Hey, door's open. Perfect. Get the ramp there. Perfect. Chocks. Southwest only does nose gear and the right for a turn. Terminators, everything's chalked. And then a safety pin. Right wing, left wing, and then an engine 2 cone is all they do. And that's it. Let's see. You got one blue light. Connect that. Get this thing off. Fuel pump off. And that's a wrap. think we might do another flight. But not on this stream. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to. I'm a growing channel. Don't have a lot to offer, but I do 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off as an airline pilot. So, and the 2 weeks off, I like to stream. So, throw in questions or whatever you guys want. So, anyways, thanks for joining, and we'll see you guys in the next one, which may or may not be in the next 20 minutes. Let's see how that landing rating was. Complete. As that. Thanks, Logan. We'll see you guys later.